So our next update from E3 is a new installment of the Halo franchise, Halo 4. 343 Industries is taking the reins from Bungie and hopes to create a blockbuster to compete with the 8-game-strong Call of Duty franchise, which will release its number 9 this fall. Halo 4 will take place following the events of Halo 3, continuing Master Chief's epic adventure into the unknown to save humanity against the tyranny of blah 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 whatever. This will be the fourth time that they've done this, like, oh, Master Chief, we need you to save us from this whatever, explosions, Michael Bay, whatever. So, if you've played a Halo game before, 1, 2, or 3, or even ODST and Reach, pretty much the same thing happens every time. And I'm not doubting it, it's worked out. I mean, I've loved playing all the campaigns and stuff.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly. But it just kind of seems like now they're just beating the dead horse, Something bad happens, we need Master Chief to step in and save everybody, and the day is saved. Congratulations. But that being said, like I said, I am a fan of the campaign, the storyline. I've played 1, 2, and 3. I've made late nights playing legendary runs with my friends, to see how long it would take us to beat, each game or all the games in a row to see, if we could do it, or how many times we would die and fail epically to do that. But yeah, so I'm not really expecting any surprises when it comes to the storyline.
There have been some new looking enemies. It's really hard to explain what they are, but I mean there was a lot of, rather than just enemies shooting at you, they were like diving around, slashing at you, stuff like that. Like they didn't have a weapon in their hand, so that looked like they were shooting at something different.
Well, I mean, you can expect, every game they've added a new enemy to face, but the concept of the storyline is kind of what I was poking at. Not necessarily, it's just going to be the same thing over and over again. It's going to be the same type of storyline, but like a lot of people always say, it's not the destination, it's the journey. So it'll be how 343 is going to present, the overall journey, and that'll be interesting. I'm not saying that it won't be, but more importantly, Halo has been known for its multiplayer as well as its storyline. But millions of people have obviously went out and bought the game strictly for the online multiplayer,
like me.
And to say the least, I'm not excited one bit.
I'm really not either. It just
the multiplayer.
The multiplayer looks kind of silly. I mean, granted, all that we've seen is this new game mode called Infinity Slayer, and I have heard a lot of people saying that the old style of the multiplayer is going to be back, but from what I'm seeing from this Infinity Slayer, it looks really, just like I said, silly. I mean, kills are now worth 100 points instead of just 1, and if you gather up enough special medals, such as like double kills and such, you get this ordnance package, which allows you to choose from one of 2 weapon upgrades or an armor upgrade. That's what they were showing in the videos.
Oh, that sounds really familiar.
That sounds kind of familiar, right? That sounds kind of like...
I wonder if there was another game on the market that has something similar to that.
I think they call it kill streaks or something. I don't know.
Off top, I can't think of anything.
We'll keep going. But anyways, and then another little thing that they changed up was the spawning of the power weapons. In the past, you would have a couple power weapons on the map. There might be like a sniper rifle and a grenade launcher, and they both spawn at every 2 minutes. Meaning, once one of those guns is picked up, 2 minutes later the gun will come back. Now it's going to be tweaked up a little bit. While there's still those set spawn points for the power weapons, the same power weapon doesn't always spawn in the same spot. For example, a sniper rifle might spawn here, and then I pick that sniper rifle up, and then a couple minutes later, a grenade launcher might spawn there. Now, personally, I don't really like that, because if I want to use the grenade launcher at this point in the game, I would run to the grenade launcher and the grenade launcher spawn and wait for the grenade launcher to spawn. Now I have to run to just a power weapon spawn, and hope that a grenade launcher pops up. And if it's sniper rifle, then, you know.
Yeah, that kind of takes away a little bit, doesn't it? You know, for well, I mean, especially one of the things that I'm thinking of when you mention that is call outs.
Yes.
Like if you're playing with a good team, you know, and they say like, oh,
sniper's up in 10 seconds or whatever.
Or, you know, there's 3 guys over at Rocks, you know.
Yeah.
3 guys at Rocks, you know, the people know, okay, I have to go immediately over to the rocket launcher spawn and take them out. But
now,
this one is just kind of like,
it's going to have to be,
is it this one or that one?
Yeah, it'll have to be something a little different. I mean, they can work around that, but, you know, the whole thing about it being, you know, rockets are up in 15 seconds or whatever, now it's just going to be, hey, there's a power weapon coming up in 15 seconds. Which it might work, you know, but personally, I like the old ways better. But that's just me. But like with any game, anything could change from now until release. I mean, they can change their minds and fix all that up. Just have to wait and see how it plays out.
They seem really adamant about what they're doing with this game.
Yeah,
which I know it's. You know, I haven't been like the biggest Halo supporter since Halo 2, but that's just me. I like to be stuck in those type of old ways, but it just really seems like they're not listening. Like Bungie really didn't have to listen to their fans because they would pump out good stuff no matter what. They had their slip-ups like any gaming company, but it wouldn't be anything so major that their fans would be like, oh, no. We don't want this. We want something else. And Bungie would have to stop, redo everything, and go back and make something else. But it seems like, you know, I almost said Treyarch. It almost seems like 343 is saying, you know, we're going to do what we want to do, not what our fans want us to do. And that's kind of on the outside, it's looking like they're going to kill this franchise by trying to make it something that it's not. They're trying to make it a different game than what their fans have been playing for years.
Yeah, I mean, just the tiny little things that they're doing, too, like the hit markers and the grenade indicator, you know, where if a grenade's behind you, a little icon pops up showing that there's a grenade behind you. That's never been there in the past. That's in there in the Call of Duty games, though. I mean, you're seeing a lot of things that are present that have been present in Call of Duty games that are now going to be there in Halo 4. And not to try to say that Halo is becoming Call of Duty, but it
certainly looks like they're taking pointers from Infinity Ward and Treyarch.
Yes.
You know.
And when it comes to pretty much any game, I like to be competitive, you know. I don't play the silly, like, arcade-style playlist. I want to go in there and, you know, play to win, play the serious playlist, like the MLG playlist and everything. And the MLG players that have played the beta of sorts of Halo 4 they've really been liking it. Like, I haven't heard any really negative things that the MLG players have been saying about it. I mean, there are little bitty things that they want to tweak, like, for instance, the Forerunner vision, which allows you to see through walls and such for a short period of time. Every single one of them were saying, you know, you guys need to tone it down. You guys need to tone the power of the Forerunner vision down. And instantly they were like, all right, you know, we'll get to work on that. So,
well,
from a competitive standpoint, hopefully that goes well and everything.
Yeah, hopefully they'll take that strong voice that the higher ups in the gaming community have to at least, if anything, tweak the game. You know, hopefully they don't put out a pile of crap that nobody wants. Yeah, I don't see that. Of course, there are going to be people who like it, but to put out something that won't disappoint their hardcore fans. I mean, it's not on this exact scale, but it would be like if Call of Duty said, we're going to give everybody jetpacks and rocket launchers and unlimited ammo. And it would be like, whoa. That's not Call of Duty.
Yeah.
That's not Call of Duty. That's not what we want. We want a different game. It's almost like that. 343 is taking a game that has had a decade-strong fan base that says, you know, this is the type of game we want. And they're slowly making it something that is completely different.
Yeah, because you look at Reach. Reach kind of stepped away from what the Halo games have been in the past, and you look at how long that stuck around. I mean, Halo 2 was around for a long time. I mean, 3-4 years, something like that. And
yeah, about 3.
Halo 3, I know, was around for about 3 years, too. Before that, fan base really started dropping off. Halo Reach has been around